This is Judge Herb Dodell. Recently I interviewed Roger Stone for the second time, and we started to talk about a book that I read in high school. I think everybody had to read this book in high school, 1984. There's a real concern out there now, a justifiable concern as a matter of fact, that we no longer have any rights of privacy. And I don't know if it was Roger that mentioned it or I saw it on one of the network shows, but the fact of the matter is that Google has now refined its system, its algorithms, that they know exactly where you are, who you are, what you eat, what you buy, everything that you want to know about, they know. I use the word they, the ubiquitous they, because I don't know who that is. But there are people that are taking advantage of getting personal information about us and using it to either market, sell, or for other more nefarious purposes. So one of the radio shows that we've done, and you can hear it by going to the website, which is judgeherbdodell.us, go to radio shows, look at the index, and see what show it was, deals with rights of privacy. And it also deals with what do you do if somebody bad raps you on the internet. Can you get them to take it off? There are companies that are out there saying, oh yeah, we can get this all removed, all the negative reviews and everything else. That's generally not true. But there are instances where the company itself, whether it's Facebook or otherwise, will take it off because it violates one of their rules. In fact, when I first interviewed Roger Stone the first time, he mentioned, or somebody mentioned, that his book cannot be advertised on Facebook. And we all said, that's terrible. Why can't he advertise the sale of his book? He's an advertiser like anybody else. And the answer is they perceive it to be political. And maybe it's a result of what happened with the Russian meddling and buying space to promote certain things which Facebook should have recognized was political. But they won't put it on if it's political. But there's a whole burgeoning discussion now about rights of privacy, rights to do things with regard to material that's put in improperly, publishing of photographs that were not authorized. This is a brand new subject matter that really touches on the First Amendment, the right to speak, versus the right of the government or even these entities to somehow control the content of what's going on either the internet or over the airwaves. So I encourage you, if you really want to know more about that subject, go listen to the show and you'll learn something. Nothing definitive because it's evolving. It's a subject matter that's going to be changing a lot. It's not a lot talking about buggy whips, which comes out of that old movie, Other People's Money. People are not using buggy whips anymore. But everybody's using the internet. Even people who are not very prolific at it are still using the internet for a variety of things. And if you have a business, you have a risk. You have an upside, but you also have a risk. If you go to Yelp and someone says the food was awful in your restaurant, hard to do something about it. What these companies are doing, from what I understand, is they just keep moving it down. And I heard someone say yesterday that if you're on page 2 or later on Google, nobody ever goes there. People only look for the first 4 or 5 items, the top of the page, maybe even to the bottom of the first page, but not after that. So you want to be sure you get the right kind of placement, and maybe we can eliminate the negative stuff by getting it stuck on page 3. Anyway, it's an interesting subject, changing daily. I encourage you to listen and learn something.